Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and welcome to today's morning forecast show where we're going to be focusing on WLFI. Welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Let me just mute that. So, is this another Trump coin? Is this another meme coin? What are we looking at? And is there insider selling? Am I going to be buying? Am I going to be selling? What's all the news about? I'm going to tell you all about the token, whether I'm buying or not. I've been in the crypto space for over 6-7 years now. So I'm going to give you my experience on tokens like this, what I think is going to happen, and if I'm going to be buying within this live show or video if you're watching later. So thank you everyone for tuning in. This is the chart so far for WLFI. We're going to be doing a deep dive onto this token launch as well. Obviously, the Trump family are behind this. Let me go down to the story we've got. So the World Liberties financial token is now trading live. It's actually on all major exchanges. It just got launched on Coinbase as well. So everywhere is hosting this token. That's always a good sign. But let me give you my thoughts and opinions on this. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please take the opportunity to press that subscribe button and do ring the bell. If you haven't done so, please do also hit the like button. So this launched yesterday. This came out yesterday around the opening bell, and obviously with these launches what you do expect is potentially a pump and dump. Sorry, my light's going a bit weird up there, turning on and off. Anyway, you do expect a pump and then a dump, and that's sort of exactly what occurred in front of our eyes. So we got that move from about 20 cents all the way up to 50 cents. So there was quite a big pump on launch, about 140% up. The people that were in before this, the coin offering before this, it looks like people sold. And that's normally what happens when these tokens go live on these exchanges. It then did go down about 56% subsequently, but that's the initial pump and dump. We're past that stage. That no longer really matters. What we're doing right now is consolidating sideways. There doesn't seem to be any more selling pressure. And in fact, we are starting to see a nice accumulation pattern going on. Remember, this is a risky token. This isn't financial advice. I'm not here to tell you whether to buy it or not. I'm here to share my experiences, whether I'm buying, whether I'm not buying, and all my thoughts about this token. But initially, what I'm looking at is it hasn't just gone all the way back down. It does look like it's accumulating, but we don't have enough evidence yet to say this is accumulation, the bottom is in, it's going to go to the moon. This is a high-risk token, and if you're buying this, you don't want to put in any more than you can afford to lose. The good news is the pump and dump's over, the initial pump and dump anyway. It is now trying to accumulate. It is now on major exchanges. We're going to look at the market cap as well because it is fairly high already as well. But this isn't your normal token. Let me give you some thoughts about the fundamentals. Then I'll give you my personal opinion. So remember, this is all taken from our very own newsletter. Comes to your inbox daily or on the app. You can listen to it there or on the internet. You get your 5 top stories. We've got a lot of stories in today's newsletter, plus the deeper dive. And today's deeper dive is on at WLFI. What is it? Why it dropped, and what retail should watch. Remember, we are retail at the end of the day. So World Liberties financial token, WLFI, is now tradable on major exchanges. It's not a meme coin like the other Trump token. It is a governance token for the Trump family-backed DeFi platform that also issued a dollar-pegged stablecoin. So this is a more serious token, if you want to put it that way. It's not like some of the meme tokens we got on Solana, like DJT, not the stock, but the meme coin on Solana. It's not really like the Trump token, the little token we got on the inauguration. I believe that's sort of around the time that Trump token got released. It's not really like them. This one has a purpose, if you want to put it that way. And the purpose is governance. Not the best purpose out there. I mean, the tokenomics, if you're just purely basing on governance, isn't what you look for when you're looking at a tokenomic of a token you want to hold long term. But at the end of the day, does it really matter if it's all about governance? It's more about the sentiment and where the crypto space is going. So it is a governance token. It's not a meme coin. It's not designed to be a meme coin. It might trade like a meme coin, but it's not a meme coin. What time does the newsletter get sent out? It gets sent out about half an hour before the show, normally, somewhere like that, half an hour to before the show in the mornings. Mornings in the US, not mornings in the UK. Anyway, I'm just replying to a comment in the chat. If you do want the newsletter, I will give you the link. Let me find the link for you. It is the first link in the description, but I will give it to you as well if you're watching live. Where is it? Where is it? It's this link over here, I think. No, not that link over there. 1 second. Why is it not giving me the link? Oh, here it is. Got the link. This link gives you a 1 week free trial if you want to test it out. Okay. So the price action has been whippy, spiking on debut, then sliding 15 to 55% depending on which exchange you're looking at. The project's own documents stress governance only utility, no profit share, while on-chain chatter raises questions about wallets linked to the project. Here's the clean breakdown. So we've seen Eric Trump post this yesterday. We are now live. Our team has always believed in America's strength and leadership. With today's World Liberty Finance WLFI token launch, we're setting a new standard for financial freedom built on trust, speed, and US values. This moment is huge. This is a huge moment for the future of money. Do I agree with that? Probably not. I mean, it's built on US values. I mean, I don't really know how you build that into a tokenomics of a token. The speed is pretty much standard across the board these days. And on trust, you can decide if you trust it or not. We've presented evidence previously about the previous Trump tokens and how the family sold a lot of their tokens. I mean, that's just a fact. But this one, as I said, is a bit different. It's not designed to be a meme token. It's not designed to be a memorabilia token. This is designed for the World Liberty Finance governance token. So it does have a purpose rather than just being a pump and dump. So what is World Liberty? Remember, World Liberty was obviously here before the token. So World Liberty Financial WLF is a US-based DeFi, decentralized finance venture co-founded by members of the Trump family. It started its stated mission: bridge TradFi and DeFi, onboarding mainstream users to borrow/lending, liquidity pools and stablecoin rails, with a strong pro-USD, anti-CBDC positioning. So that's the company itself, the World Liberty Financial. It's a US-based decentralized finance company. This is not really to do with the token. What they do is great. They are doing what we want the world to do, bridging traditional finance with decentralized finance, bring them together, onboarding mainstream users so they can borrow and lend. They've got liquidity pools. They've got their own USD stablecoin. Brilliant. Pro-USD stablecoin. Anti-CBDC is what they say, but obviously it's a USD stablecoin. So that's the positioning. The platform's governance token, which is what's just launched yesterday, is WLFI. You're not investing in that company, just to be clear. When you're buying this token, you're not investing in World Liberty Financial. That's not what you're doing. You're buying a governance token. Ticker symbol WLFI. That's what you're buying. Anyway, the platform's governance token is WLFI and its stablecoin is ticker symbol USD1. World Liberty Financial's own, and they called it the gold paper, not the white paper, frames WLFI as a voting token with strict caps on how much a single wallet can vote. Basically, when you're buying this token, you are getting voting rights. That's what this token is all about. It's governance, voting rights. And what they've done is they capped how much a single wallet can vote. They've put a 5% limit on it and emphasizes that WLFI is not an equity and carries no dividends or airdrops. No such investment is going on here when you're buying it in terms of investment into the company. You're not getting dividends, you're not getting equity, you're not getting a profit share. It's a governance token. The supply of the token is about 100 billion. I'm a long-term subscriber. List my comments, please. Johnny Blandford. We normally just respond to members' comments because the chat is so busy these days. So sorry if I've missed your comment, but do consider becoming a member. If I see your comment, I'll reply to it. Anyway, token. So the token supply is 100 billion, same as XRP. There's a lot of tokens going around the 100 billion. And who started that trend? Well, it was XRP. Anyway, the token supply is 100 billion. It's on the Ethereum blockchain, which allocates with allocations across token sales. So they've got the community growth, sales. They have the co-founders and a small team slice for the team. The World Liberty Finance terms also say the sole utility of holding WLFI is governance. They are stating that. That's not me coming out and that's not my opinion. From their own terms and conditions, from their own gold paper, basically white paper, it's a governance token. Gives you voting rights. Of course, it can go up and down in price based on speculation, but there is no real tokenomics behind it apart from it gives you the right to vote. Does that mean it can't moon and it can't dump? No, we'll come on to price predictions in a second, but you need to understand what you're buying if you're buying this. Ripple and XRP, we'll have some XRP news. I'll come on to XRP later in this video. Anyway, the World Liberty Finance has also pursued a crypto treasury public markets wrapper via ALT5 Sigma, a Nasdaq listed vehicle tied to acquiring WLFI. Think of it as a sailor style treasury idea, but centered on World Liberty Finance instead of Bitcoin. Let me reply to Martyn. So what? So is WLFI a token, a Trump token, or is it something different? Remember, we've seen, some of you might think this is just another Trump token or another Solana DGJT meme. It's not. It's different. So WLFI is a governance token for a DeFi platform, not a meme coin. That said, the brand association is the moat and the risk. Earlier Trump-adjacent coins, for example, DJT on Solana in 2024, were enveloped in drama. Martyn shrewdly claimed involvement, and the token subsequently collapsed and rugged to near zero, with no confirmed official Trump tie-in. There was no clear evidence that Trump was involved in that token. That's the Trump failure backdrop, especially relevant to how Eric Trump now frames WLF as a serious financial platform, not a meme. Eric's been on X driving the message, it's just the beginning, as WLFI. It's that was tongue twisted, that one. So yeah, there was a couple tokens. There was DJT, that some of you might remember. That got basically rug pulled. That was a meme coin on Solana. Obviously, there was that Trump token as well. And that went down about 90%. Where did it launch? Maybe on Bitstamp, maybe? Let's have a look at this other token just to give you an idea of what these other tokens have done. I don't know where it's trading now, but it's probably still down. Yep, it's still down. Yeah, that one launched. It actually went a bit higher than this. But yeah, that's down about 90% from its highs and it hasn't recovered. But this one is supposed to be different. WLFI USD. It's now on Coinbase already. It's on Kraken. It's on Gemini. But if we look at it on Binance for just a second, this one isn't supposed to be a meme token. This one's supposed to actually have some utility. Unfortunately, the only utility it has is governance. I'm going to come on to my thoughts, but just to give you my thoughts so far, it's a meme token like the other Trump token, like the Solana token. They're just based on sentiment. It's a fan club. How many fans does a token have? How many people can drive up the price? And that's quite fun and it's quite cool and it can certainly make you a lot of money, these meme tokens. But when you buy those tokens, you know There is no underlying value. The token can basically go to zero. This is just a fan club. If the fans die down or if people come in and sell, it's probably going to zero. And with that Trump token, we saw the founders, the Trump family, the initial investors sell when it launched, and now it's down 90% and it hasn't recovered. Subsequently, the other token, which there was no evidence this time that the Trump family was involved, that got rug pulled and it's basically trading at zero. This one's a bit different because there's a whole company that's behind it. They don't want to have a bad image about this one. It's actually got a piece of utility, but the only utility it has is a governance token. That's not the sexiest thing you can have for a utility token. You would want it to have, you want it to be deflationary. You want it to have good utility. You want it to be actually, there's a use for the token apart from just being able to give voting rights. If you look at any other major coin, it has governance built into it as well, but it has plenty of other benefits, the token itself, the technology behind it. This is just a governance token. So it's a step up for meme coins because it has a bit of utility. So there's only a certain amount that can come down because it's needed for the governance. But it can actually make less money than a meme token because memes are known to be quite explosive in growth and more volatile. So this isn't really a fan club token. It might be to begin with, but after a while, it might just be based on the governance. Other tokens were based on fan club. That's why it could give you better returns. This has already launched at quite a high valuation, 6 billion. That's more than sort of Bullish, which is a whole company that does a lot of things. So it's already quite overvalued. It's not an amazing technology. All it does, it gives you governance, but it can still give you meme coin style fluctuations. That's my thoughts so far, but we will continue. And tweets like this will fuel rallies and will end rallies. Eric Trump has put a tweet out only a few hours ago saying, "This is just the beginning." That was in response to a tweet that said, or an X post that said, it's now number 3 on the trending list, just under Ethereum and just above XRP. So is this a pure scam? No. Can the Trump family sell their tokens? Probably, but they can only sell a certain amount. Is it the best utility token? No. Can it still perform well? Yes. Let's continue with the article. If you are holding this, buying this, selling this, let me know in the comment section. If you're watching later or in the live chat right now, please do also hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to go into your comments in a second. I have never tried a detox. Yes, Martyn is doing a 5-day detox, if we want to put it that way. I don't know how to describe a fast. We're all here to support Martyn on his journey. It'll be great to watch how it unfolds live. Anyway, launch day, price action, market cap, listings. World Liberty Finance coin. I keep forgetting what it's called. World Liberty Financial. What is it? World Liberty Financial. World Liberty. What's the I stand for? World Liberty Financial Token. I don't know what the I stands for, but anyway, World Liberty Financial Token. Listed on major exchanges: Binance, OXD, Bybit, now also Gemini, and Coinbase added today. It opened around 30 cents, posted heavy volume, went up to about 50 cents, then it came down to about 20 cents by early evening. So that's the volatility you expect, implying a 7 billion market cap at that snapshot. The FT captured steeper intraday downside, down as much as 25%. So yeah, different exchanges showed different values and different reporting. But essentially it opened at about 20 cents, it went up to about 50 cents, and it crashed down to about 21 cents. So that was the launch. So the key mechanics: the tokens were originally non-tradable governance units, and a July vote by about 20,000 participants enabled open trading. Early investors can sell up to 20% of their holdings. Founders' allocations remain locked. So essentially this token was trading previously, but just not publicly. It was just a governance unit, a governance a non-tradable governance unit, so just giving voting rights. But then there was a governance vote that said, let's open trading so that we can trade our tokens that we hold. And essentially the rules in place were the early investors can sell about 20% of their holdings. That's essentially, we saw a lot of selling occur at that peak, and there's a lot more that can come. But the founders' allocations remained to be locked. So the tokenomics at a glance. It's on the Ethereum blockchain. 100 billion total supply. The utility is governance only. No equity, no revenue shares, no dividends. 5% per wallet voting cap to limit control. So it's a governance only utility. Allocation per gold paper, about 34% were for the token sale. 32% are for the community growth / incentives. 30% are for the co-founders. Entities include DT Marks, DeFi, etc. And about 3.5% for the team and advisors. So pretty standard these days for token issuance. I always have there's always quite a large supply for the founders, but that's not just limited to this token. It's pretty much across the board these days. Anyway, ownership and economics. Reuters previously reported the Trump family's affiliations were allocated about 22.5 billion tokens. That's about 25% of the supply, and could receive up to 75% of the net token sale revenues. That's from yesterday's supply under certain structures. Listings pieces peg the family's paper wealth in the token about 5 to 6 billion, depending on price snapshot. So it does look like a lot of it is within the Trump family and the affiliations still, which is as expected. In terms of any token sale, it's normally the founders that keep a lot for themselves. But anyway, because it's the Trump family, there's a lot more research been put into it, and Reuters is reporting that a large amount is in control by the Trump family. So the utility roadmap, and what does this do for holders? So per WLFI is for governance, proposal, voting on protocol features, deploying, connecting to DeFi apps like Aave instances, incentive structures, marketing, emissions, treasury usage. WLF is a Delaware non-stock corporation with a board and multi-sig that implements votes. Explicitly, it's not a DAO. And can screen out proposals that pose legal / security risks. The 5% voting cap is meant to reduce concentration. Separately, the stablecoin USD1, the WLF stablecoin, features in the broader strategy and is that Alt5, the WLFI's treasury deal, a listed company raising capital to buy WLFI, which has invited scrutiny and ethics questions about self-dealing and conflicts. It's had those questions, but it's essentially what Michael Saylor does. They've got a company, they've got a treasury. Within that treasury is their own token. They raise money, they buy their own token. Same like the Michael Saylor strategy. So the company, this is a listed company raising money, and what another perk and benefit for the people buying this token is they might be buying more as well in their treasury within their main company. So inside wallet trading claims, there seems to be a lot of claims going out, but there's not actually any real evidence. So on-chain analysts have flagged wallet ties with WLF activity at various points. In April 2025, outlets reported a wallet sold about 547 ETH at a loss. WLF denied it was them, calling the reports inaccurate. Around launch, Woo blockchain relayed ARK's observations that official WLFI wallet used their stablecoin to buy WLFI on chain, i.e. support rather than selling pressure. So actually the evidence could be to the contrary. They might actually just be selling a stablecoin to be buying this token. So the bottom line is there's smoke on both sides, allegations of selling versus denials, and some evidence of treasury style buys with their stablecoin. Treat any insider wallet claims as unverified unless WLF or top tier outlets confirm. There's going to be a lot of fake news being thrown around, but there isn't any real evidence as of yet. There might be tomorrow once some bigger outlets have a look at this, but not yet. So why did it fall after launch? Well, three forces most likely. I'm going to come to all your comments. So if you are a holder and you have comments, let me, once I finish this, I'll come back to the live chat. Or if you're watching later, then leave it in the comment section below. So why did it fall after launch yesterday? The most likely reasons is the unlock, liquidity dynamics, the vote enabled tradability. So remember that vote they had before that allowed it to become tradable. Well, they also allowed 20% of the early investors to sell. So the vote enabled tradability, early investors can sell up to 20%, creating day one supply. They probably haven't all sold out yet as well. So there could be a lot more selling pressure. It just depends. Is the buying pressure going to absorb it and take it up? So yeah, that's one of the reasons that unlocks the selling from the early investors. Positioning gap, the token is governance only. It's not a cash flow token. Once the IPO like Halo fades, valuation compresses to governance value plus brand optionality. So yeah, the tokenomics aren't brilliant. Macro/liquidity broad, crypto conditions, shorts targeting a hyped listing. The project even floated buyback/burn of protocol fees to counter pressures per crypto press. So it's not the best environment. The crypto market has been going down. Bitcoin's been down for, I don't know, 3-4 weeks straight. XRP is down, coming down to the lows of the year. So it's, well, maybe not the lows of the year, but maybe it is. What's XRP at? The crypto market is not actually in an amazing place right now, because August was going to be down and sideways. September is probably going to bring us down more. Yeah, I mean, if you take out January, we're basically at the lowest price of the year for XRP. So the crypto market is really not in an amazing place. Bitcoin has just been in a downtrend. It's at the same price it was on January the 1st, basically. So, is it the best time to launch? Well, the hype isn't there. If it's an altcoin season and this launched, it probably would have gone up a lot higher. So the governance realities and the controversies retail should price in. Concentration and conflicts. Multiple Reuters deep dives highlight family allocations, about 25% of the supply, and revenue sharing terms favor insiders about 75% of net token sale proceeds, fueled for conflict of interest criticism while the administration shapes crypto policy. The Alt-5 Treasury optics, the public proxy route concentrates project and market risk, and has drawn Wall Street Journal and Financial Times skepticism about self-dealing and investor protections. Not a profit share. WLFI does not grant revenue rights. Any value is governance plus brand network effects, not cash flow. So what's going to drive this up is the governance aspect of it, and also any network effects, any sentiment effects, potentially any burns, and which treasuries are going to be buying it. And it looks like their very own treasury is looking to buy it. Regulatory/ethical overhang. Critics warn about policy influence plus foreign money optics around these deals. So my final thoughts, and then I'll give you my final thoughts as well. But my final thoughts in the newsletter were: WLFI is politics as distribution. The brand drives attention/liquidity. The token is governance only. If you trade it, treat it like a narrative/momentum. I haven't been showing the whole thing. Yeah, there we go. Narrative/momentum asset with new listings and unlocks, treasury buyback headlines, Eric/Donald Trump Jr. Don Jr. Comments. Eric's already saying launch is just the beginning. Yeah, we've got that tweet above. Risk control matters. Size small. Respect stop losses and watch governance protocols, emissions/treasury usages, and unlock schedules via the official forum and snapshots. Is this the Trump token 2.0? No, it's not. Practically, brand beta will dominate until WLFI governance proves it can steer real. Tricky DeFi utilities, user fees, integrations, price will trade the price will trade the spectacle more than the fundamentals. This can be great for traders and brutal for late buyers. So essentially, that's my thoughts. This is, no one's going to be buying this because of governance right now. The next week, 2 weeks, month, the rest of this altcoin cycle, if we do get it, the next 4 or 5 months, the token's not going to be trading because everyone wants the right to vote. The token's going to be trading based on the sentiment, whether we're in a bull market, whether we're in an altcoin season, whether Eric Trump's doing a great job at marketing this, how much news stories they can get in front of people, and it's just going to be based on the sentiment. People will be quick to sell this because there is no utility under it. So this is not just because the main point I was saying was, look, it's only a governance token. The tokenomics aren't great. Does that mean it can't go up? No. In fact, what's going to cause this to go up and down is sentiment, where in the bull market we are, how much their own company is going to bring out press releases about this, how much they can get in the news, and the sentiment around this token. So it's going to trade sort of like a meme coin, or most cryptos these days, where it's just sentiment based. However, when it comes to selling and when these big wallets start selling, there is practically no floor because there is no real utility to the token apart from the governance. So it can drop fast. What I would be doing, and this is not financial advice, if I was slightly interested in owning a token associated with Trump or anything like that, I did buy the Trump token a year ago, sort of whenever it launched. I doubled it and I sold it. I had no real tie to it. It wasn't something I wanted to hold long term, and thankfully I didn't because it was down 90%. But this token here, if I wanted some exposure and I wanted to have a little gamble, if I had a bit of money on the side, and would I buy it? Potentially. I don't have enough data in front of me to say this is a great buy. It is towards, it's not on a massive pump. I wouldn't want to buy it on a pump. I'd much rather buy it here than anywhere yesterday. It is breaking this uptrend actually as we speak. But essentially, I wouldn't be putting in any more than I can afford to lose. I wouldn't be comfortable holding this long term. I don't see any real value in it. However, it's just like a meme coin. Do I feel comfortable holding it long term? Not really. Does it have any utility? Not really. But do I hold it? Yeah, I sometimes hold it because it can be very volatile towards the upside. I'll put in the same category. It would be a tiny percent of my portfolio. I'll buy some just to be exposed to it if it does moon, like Eric Trump says. I don't want to bet against the Trump family or Eric Trump. I'm sure he can do some great marketing. I'm sure they will keep bringing news stories out about it. I'm sure they're going to want this token to succeed. So maybe it will succeed. But when it does go up to those new prices, there is a lot of wallets that will sell and dump, and no one will really want to own this in a bear market. That's what you need to be careful of. I'm very happy buying XRP and going down 80-90% because I know the utility behind the token. I know it's going to change the world, in my opinion. I can't say the same about this token. I don't think a governance token is going to change the world. So I'm not as bullish on this token. Would I have some exposure to it? Sure. Am I buying it right now? No. If it was easy, if I could just click my fingers and I've bought, I don't know, $100, $200, $300 of it, then sure, I'll just do it. Maybe I'll buy it, maybe I won't. I'm not too excited about it. I don't care if I miss it. But if you are buying it, be very careful because when it gets to a certain point, it will probably dive and there's nothing really fundamental backing this up. It can certainly go up as well because I don't doubt their ability to promote this token, and I don't think they want to lose out on it. So that's my thoughts. I'm going to go into your comments and answer some of your questions, but remember, none of this was financial advice. If you guys please do hit the like button if you're watching, subscribe if you haven't done so already. That was all from our newsletter. That was a deep dive. Every day you get a different story. Today's one was obviously on this token launch. Sometimes we cover token launches, sometimes we cover IPOs, sometimes we cover macro news in the deep dives. And we also have literally just signing up and just getting the first paragraph of this newsletter is amazing, and you can just do that for free as well. The key stories. But from now on, it looks like we're going to be putting the 5 things to know as well as only for the premium members. We were doing that on and off. Some days it was available to everyone, some days it wasn't. But I think from today, the 5 things you need to know every day will be available to the premium subscribers only. And that's the 5 top news stories, some big news stories. If you're investing in the market, crypto, stocks, you want to be understanding the news, not the fake news, but the real news. And that's all the 5 top stories. You get the deeper dive. Not only do you get the deeper dive, which really dives into whatever story I think is going to be very relevant for you guys. You also get the economic calendar, so you know exactly what time certain news events are going to happen. You also get the chart of the day. A few weeks ago we predicted gold's breakout, and now it's happening, and now I've given you my chart of the day there. Every single day you get my chart of the day. That's all in the newsletter. Test that out for a week. I'll give you the link. It's the first link in the description, and it's also the link in the chat. So here we go. Let me go to your comments, but do consider at least daily. Not great. If you don't want a daily, you can choose how you get the newsletter, but many people want to get the news every day. So that's how we do it. It's extra work. I would love to do it weekly. It would just be so much easier. Instead of doing 4 hours a day, I'll do 4 hours on a weekend. That would be perfect. But daily is definitely the way you want to get your news. And if you don't want to get it daily, then turn off your notifications and just look at the newsletter on a Friday or look at it on a Saturday. Or are you talking about something else? You might not be talking about the newsletter. You might be looking at the daily time frame. Anyway, let me go through some of your comments. Let me just scroll up a bit and see if I can get through your comments. I do have some news on XRP. I do want to talk about some other charts, and obviously now we're in September. September is the month I said we can see all-time highs on XRP. And then I want to give you my thoughts on Bitcoin, because that's actually not looking great either. So we'll come on to that after I get through your comments. I've also got a poll running. Are you in WLFI? 22% of you are, 50% of you aren't, 15% of you won't buy, and 9% of you will might buy. So about 30% of you are pretty interested in buying or already holding this. So good luck to all of you. Good morning, everyone. Please remember to click the like button and the reminder on all future videos. New to watching, please click subscribe and come back anytime. Thank you very much, Angie or Bruce. I don't know who it was. Good morning to all. William Myers is here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm just going to read members' comments until we come a bit closer to the front of the queue, just because I want to get through these. Thor is here. Brian is here. Brian, thank you so much for your. I think you had the biggest super chat or donation on the fundraiser event. I need to get in contact with you and everyone else who won the auctions. Essentially, what I'm going to do is I would love you guys to send me a message, maybe even right now, either on Discord or on X, private message. Choose one. If we're already friends on Discord, can you send me a message there? Or if we're not, maybe send me a private message on either, if you're a premium member on Substack, send me one there, or on X, direct message me right now, if you can, if you're in the chat right now, for anyone who won the auction. Because what I need to do is verify that it's you, so that I just have a means of communication which is verified, and then I can give you I can discuss how we will get your auction product over to you. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so all I need you to do is message me on somewhere and then tell me in the chat that you've messaged me somewhere so I can verify it's you. So who was it? It was Zach Zate for the poster, Kimberly for the mug, Brian mug, and also Stage for Life. Good morning. Howdy, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Saab. Martyn came in and gave us an update. I've lost 3 pounds. I believe that's about 1 kilogram. I think that's 1 kilogram. Congratulations, Martyn. That's day one. Let's see what will happen in the next few months. I feel fine. That's great to hear. Day 2 out of 5. I don't even think it was possible to not eat food that long, but I was very wrong. Everyone seemed to be doing it. I've done fasts like intraday, like 12 hour, 18 hours. Never for more than a day. I don't know how it's possible today. I don't think I could do it. Today should be hard. Yesterday I was breathless live during the show. Yeah, Martyn, I mean, we'll support you throughout the way, but I don't know how you're going to do it. Only water and electrolytes. Keep us updated. I'm sure Martyn will. 7 kgs here. Why are you breathless? You are not well. I know, Sab. Martyn's doing a 5-day fast, but drinking water. Good morning. What do you guys think of? Okay, so I need to go to the members' questions. Good morning, everyone. I'm not taking part in WLF. Who said that? Saab. Fair enough. I thought you might enjoy it. But I guess thank you for letting us know, Saab. First days are just the warm up, really. Day 3, the challenge is on. I'm doing a financial and health detox fast. That's a conversation between Martyn and Saab. WLFI token, yes. Lighting is looking really good, Sensei. Thank you, Saab. Yeah, we've got a new setup. I'm going to be getting... We had a back camera during the fundraiser. Did you see the fundraiser event, Saab? I don't know. Were you in it or were you not? I don't remember. Maybe you popped in, but we had a nice camera from behind so you can see my full setup. That's going to be back in action soon as well. So that will be coming back. I have $500 in Trump coin priced at $53. I know I lost all my money, but no risk, no Lambo. Yeah, that's what happened to the last token. I did sell much higher than that. I think I bought at 20, sold at 60, something like that. The coin, so yeah. That's a real life example of something from behind before, but it looks like it hasn't affected you too much, so it looks like you're fine, and that's the way to go about it. Don't put in more than you can afford to lose. Good morning, Sensei, Martyn, Pauldy. Hope everyone had a great holiday and is doing well. Yes, I hope everyone had a nice Labour Day. I'm enjoying taking these American bank holidays. Normally, I didn't even know it was a bank holiday, and Martyn said it's a bank holiday, and I said, I'll take it. I normally go off the UK. Well, obviously when I was working in the UK, I would work off UK bank holidays. Now I need to keep an eye on American bank holidays. Maybe I should take UK and American bank holidays off. I don't know. No, I did actually really miss doing a stream. But yeah, it was nice not to do 4 hours of research on a Monday morning for the newsletter though. But it's definitely worth it. Great newsletter, Sensei. Thank you very much, Stage for Life, a new subscriber of the newsletter. You learn so much reading these newsletters. Just after a month, 2 months, you will actually really understand what's going on, how to trade things, what news stories link to what, and having the verified news stories and the top news stories that actually matter to the finance and crypto world is definitely very important. Yeston is here. Any XRP news? We'll come on to that. Gold. Yep, gold. Yeston, it's a good day for gold. Martyn, are you allowed to drink tea or no food fast? I think Martyn is drinking tea. I don't know. He said he's going to have some green tea on the show yesterday, so I think he's drinking tea. Huge conflict of interest with this. Don't like it. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I think I remember you saying you didn't like how the Trump token went either, but I know you are a big Trump fan, so I thought, or you are a Trump fan, so I thought you would, you might enjoy it. But now I do remember you saying about the ethics around it. January coffee black is accepted, maybe black tea, says Sick Boy. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mike. Black tea is better than no tea, but tea with milk is better. Yeah, Martyn said no milk. He's not having any milk. Green tea would be good for a detox. I think that's what he's having, green tea. Hi, Yeston. On Bybit. Yes, it's on Bybit. So it's on Coinbase. It's on KuCoin. It's on every exchange you can think of. Governance token, yes. Are you allowed to drink tap water on a detox, or is only mineral tokens allowed? You're definitely allowed to. I don't think there's a difference. I think tap water is fine. Not buying this coin, sticking with XRP. That's what I'm doing for now anyway. If I was going to buy this token, it'd be a very small amount. I fast 16 to 20 hours a day, eat steak at night. Brilliant. That sounds good. A nice steak at night. This allows me to be in ketosis. I need to read up more about these ketosis. Everyone knew what they were talking about when Martyn was doing the show yesterday. I just had no idea what anyone was talking about. Ketosis. Everyone was talking about that as well. No caps. Tap water would be sort of counterproductive on a detox. There are lots of toxins in tap water, but it's better than no water if you really need water in an emergency. I don't know if that's true or not. I think tap water is, well, at least in the UK, most of the time it's actually better than bottled water because of the microplastics. Research shows, but I've never tried a detox, but I might try one day. I get quarterly report on local water, no issues. Yeah, it's actually, they have to be much stricter with tap water than other waters, which is not number 3. Plus I filter my water. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, tap water plus a filter. A business entity tied to Donald Trump and his family owns 60% of World Liberty and is entitled to 75% of the revenue token. Yeah, I mean, it's they all do it though, Sub. All these new tokens, they do it. I mean, what can you say? It's definitely not a very ethical thing, is it? The leader of the free world is taking 75% of the revenue from token sales, plus owns 60 or 25% of the supply. It's just draw out some questions, especially when there's evidence from past Trump token about how much money they made. Lance, are you in the UK or the US? Tap water in the UK is okay, but better in some areas. Yeah, that is true. Some areas are much better than others. US, small town. Water filters are excellent. Yes. Let's get through these comments. Hey Legends, I love expensive Italian water. Been a minute for me. Jay Harrington, welcome into the show. How are you doing? Lance, I even have a filter in my kettle. It's a Brita filter kettle. That's incredible. I didn't know you can do that. Well, it's probably because you like your tea so much, James. You need to have a filter. I use Brita also. I still can't wrap my head around crypto market caps. In my mind, this is just a made up number. Yeah, they do seem awfully high, don't they? Like this token was already, let me go on to CoinMarketCap. I think it's about 6 billion. And when you think of it, it's like trading more than a massive company that's put in so much work and effort, which is, for example, Bullish, or it's 10 times bigger than SBCE, which is a space company. But all someone's done is pressed a few buttons and brought out a token. Obviously, with all the backing they had. So what was it? WLFI. What's the market cap? Yeah, the market cap was about 5.5 billion. I mean, pretty incredible, isn't it, in a day? Thing is, with what number is it in the, should be top 100, isn't it? Yeah, it's number 26. I mean, there's not really much room for growth at this point, unless the whole market goes up ranking. Look at this. So we've got all the cryptos here: Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, tokens that have been around for years that are building, and then you've got Litecoin, Toncoin, Shiba, Polkadot, Uniswap. And then you've got World Liberty Financial. It's already trading at about a $6 billion market cap. Even if it doubles, you're talking about it basically being in the top 10 tokens. So is it going to double, triple? Not really. I mean, think about it this way. XRP had a $100 billion market cap. So the token price right now for World Liberty Financial is 23 cents. That's basically a 23 cents XRP, and XRP was trading about 23 cents a couple years ago in a bear market. So it's not going to go to XRP's market cap, so it's not really going to 10x from here. So there is a if you think you're going to do a 100x or a 10x or a 5x, you're probably not with World Liberty Financial token at this point. You might do a 2x, 3x, 4x potentially, and it might do much more in an altcoin season, but there is certainly a limit on it. Where is Lewandowski? Oh, Stephen Lewandowski. I'm not sure. Thing is with World Liberty Financial is that to actually make proper money out of it, you've got to go big. But the trust isn't there for me. The juice definitely ain't worth the squeeze. That is right. I mean, it might be able to do a 2x. It can probably do a 2x pretty easily, or a 3x pretty easily. But with a small amount of money, $500, $200, $100, maybe you only make $200, $300. It's not going to be life-changing money. It might still be a cool, fun trade, a nice extra bit of cash, which is obviously, I'm not a nice amount, but it's not life changing. No one's life's going to change in the Western world with $200-300. So to really make money on it, yes, you might need to put a large amount, but do you actually want to put a large amount into something that has nothing backing it? And there's evidence that tokens previously like this have been, a lot of profit has been taken. Probably not. So yeah, it's in a funny situation. You don't really want to put too much into it. But again, it's not financial advice. They talked about burning tokens. What do you think about that? Everyone burns tokens. It doesn't really have an effect. I mean, it's a little bit bullish, but it's better than adding lots of new tokens. Probably on vacation. Yeah, Stephen Lindowski's normally on vacation. His oil prediction was not close at all. What was his oil prediction? What about Trump? It's still at $8. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't. Maybe now is a good time to buy the Trump token, but yeah, I mean, when we were looking at it, $50, $40, $30, we were very, very bearish on it. Not interested, would stick to XRP. Same. I just wanted to cover it because I know a lot of this has been on the news and a lot of people want to know the real facts behind it rather than all the rubbish stuff you see on X. Either people hating on it severely or people loving it severely. I mean, there has to be a middle ground, and hopefully we've found the real news here. It will go to $500, so you owe them. It will go to $500, so you owe them, and they'll come after it. Not sure what that's in reference to. Just bought 200 for a laugh. It looks funny. Don't mind losing the money yet. That's the sort of way you have to treat this. You don't really want to put more than you can afford to lose. World Limited Financial sucks. Thanks for your opinions. Afternoon Sensor Lucas said late arrival. Thanks for coming in. Total conflict of interests. Yeah. Every time I touch a coin, it dives. Maybe I should tell people what I'm buying so they can all keep away from my bad event. Yeah, Sick Boy Customs, let us know what you're buying, and we'll all put a short position on it, and maybe it will actually go up for you. I called this price at its high. I said, here comes the fade. Now comes opportunity. 20 billion goes into the S&P every week through employee payroll IRA contributions alone. I'm sure it does. It's trading under EMAs, so probably a good buy in the short term. I'm going to snatch a bit. Yeah, I'm sure short term there could be quite a nice bounce, especially with all the hype around it at the moment. Therefore, we'll buy a bit more if it bounces on the daily open. The daily open has occurred on crypto tokens. When you look at the daily open, it's at, what was it, like 1? It's at 12. It's at midnight UTC, Universal Time. What is it? UTC stands for? I don't know. It's basically Universal Charting Time. Or do you might mean the daily open for the stock market? Or market open. Bouncy bounce. Where's the link to the XRP giveaway? I'll give you that now. XRP giveaway. It's martynlucas.com//giveaway, but I'll give you the link. Here it is. If you want to be part of a $1,000 XRP giveaway, the link is in the chat. It's dumping. Let's go to a 15-minute time frame. Yeah, it's pretty much flat on the day. Justin Sun pressed it at 1.5 vents. Is the WEF in it? Looking for a V-shaped reversal around this level. Good luck to you. Defo bouncing on the daily open. How many tokens does Trump have now? We don't know. There's no official, but it looks like the Trump family holds about 25% of it, if they haven't sold it, and they are taking about 75% of the money raised from the big open. I see a lot of bearish absorption. All my mugs have arrived except number 10, which will hopefully be there soon. Yes, Brian, I haven't shipped any of the auction mugs yet. I just need to get confirmation from everyone so I can give you a way of doing it. Obviously, I know who you are, and I know that you've bought from the store before, but some other people haven't. So if you can send me a message, maybe you've already sent me a message. Yeah, I'm here. It was me. I'm sure it was. So just going to do this for everyone. So Brian, I've just sent you a message on Discord. Please, can you send me that number, write that number in the chat so I can confirm it was you. and I'll also confirm what you got. So I've just given you a number in Discord, and anyone else who won an auction out 10 out of 10, send me a message somewhere. I've only got one Discord message, I think, unless it's a message request. So no one else on Discord's messaged me. Maybe it's on X or something else. So yeah, Brian, can you just confirm that number? And I'm also going to confirm the item you got. Let me give you a confirmation of that item. Just confirm that's right. You got this. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that message. Daily's not great. Oh yeah, Brian, thanks for confirming. Brilliant. Okay, so I've verified you. So what I'm going to do is I'll be in contact with you on Discord. I know that's a verified channel now. I knew it was, but just for simplicity's sake, because we're doing it with everyone, I will get in contact with you so we can get that shipped out. There's a couple more people. There's 3 other people. Zach Zane needs to contact me, whether it's on Discord, Substack, or X. Who else needs to contact me? Kimberly and Angie or Bruce. Talking about the Wi-Fi chat, yeah, okay. I'm serious when I say this. There's not another newsletter out there that's more professional or has more information than yours. You cover everything that's important. Amazing. David Hensley, every single time you give a comment like that, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. I just put in a sell trade at the pullback. Do we think XR, let me just reply to members. Only just got in at the DO, upwards recovery of VCs to 30 cents, hopefully. Wi-Fi targeting 20 cent psychological level. Yeah, that's right. Mug, yes. Stage your life. Where can you let me know where you've messaged me? Can you message me somewhere so we can verify the place? I know you've messaged me on Substack before, so maybe we can do a private message on Substack. Nothing there. Let me check X. Have you messaged me on X? Oh, you have messaged me on X before. Hello, Angie. Okay, I'm going to send you a message on X. I just need to verify that this is you on X. So here is a number. Can you put that into... I've sent you a number on XDM, Angie, Stage Your Life. Can you put that number into the live chat just so I can verify that we've got a good... a secure communication method. Hello, Sensei. I've done a 3-day one. Was okay. Lost about £6. Wow. Just one question. Is there any hope for Virgin Galactic? There's certainly hope for Virgin Galactic. I'd be a grumpy bear if I fast like that. Yeah, I'd be. I don't think my wife would want to see me fast like that. I think I'd be very grumpy. You can still drink black coffee as long as you don't have sugar or cream. Yes, was part of the fundraiser. Great cause. Yes, I do remember now. So thank you so much for being there. I do actually remember your donations as well. So yeah, why was I talking about the fundraiser? Oh, you were talking about the lighting. Yeah, everything's been upgraded. Yeah. I only had water and black coffee in my 3-day fast. We appreciate the work you put in. Thank you very much. Taking it to the bank, 38 cents up. Martyn will be going live in about 15 minutes time. Fasting is more for the body repair than weight loss. Interesting. As someone currently forced to fast, Propel water has 0 calories and it fills my stomach. Plus it's tasty and has essential nutrients. Thank you, D. Herman. Yes, all our thoughts and prayers are with you, D. Herman. Never hurts to have a water filter installed in your house. But you also need to make sure you clean the water filter, otherwise it's actually worse. Oh, Stage Your Life, thank you. You've verified that. So Stage Your Life, I'm going to confirm the item you've won, and then we can communicate on that verified method now. You got them. You got the 11 ounce mug is yours. I'm just going to write it in the chat so I remember. 11 ounce mug, 10 out of 10. I'll be in contact with you on those direct messages to get you your auction prize. Thank you again for your big support on the charity stream. The leaders of the free world has given all his government pay to charity. The leader of the free world has given all his government pay to charity. Government pay to charity. I don't quite know what you mean there. President, yeah, I'm sure he has. What we're discussing here is the reason people are saying there's a conflict of interest is the billions being made on tokens like this, where a lot is sold and then dumped on the average investor or the average retail investor. That's the conversation we're having about this specific token and previous Trump tokens. Aussie water is the best. We recycle it from our toilets, so full of protein and all the good stuff. Craig, I think everywhere, yeah. Brilliant. Good morning all. Will this come onto Robinhood? It probably will. Lol, it won't go more than $1 in the next 5 months. Thank you for your thoughts. I have no thoughts on that. Tobin Fellow 98. These token pump on FOMO then dump. Yes, they do. If you put a large amount on it, it will dump quickly, so they'll get to keep your money. Buy quality with solid fundamentals. That was what I like to do. Minus 500. Gold. I'm very interested in Lucid at the moment. Why the heck are you interested in Lucid at the moment? Isn't Lucid the company that pays their CEO like more than they actually make? Lucid. It's less than what are you doing with Lucid? I hope it's just a day trade rather than a Lucid. What's the trading at? It's at $19. It's basically at all-time lows. Oh, a split has occurred. A split has occurred on Lucid since I last looked at it. Goodness, yeah, Lucid looks like it's going to zero at this rate. Well, the market cap is still pretty large. I mean, to be fair, there could be a short-term trade on Lucid. But yeah, long-term it looks horrific. At these levels, Lucid looks pretty good. Just for a short-term trade, if it is going to bounce, it would bounce here. No UTC. Thanks for the subscription. When is Wi-Fi going live? It's already live yesterday. Don't understand Bitcoin dropping if so many governments are buying it. Well, I don't think many governments are buying it. The US government isn't buying it. El Salvador's buying it, but Michael Saylor buys more than El Salvador. Maybe a couple Middle Eastern countries. Yeah, I don't think many countries are buying it. I don't think many governments are buying it lunch strength. Most people will buy into... Oh. What was that? Most people buy into FOMO and buy on the way up. I put money in stable coins and wait for retracement. I don't buy on the climb. Great strategy, Kurtz. I thought not UTC was always commonly used as the daily open. Yes, it is, Craig Woods. That is commonly used as daily open. But if you're talking about the stock market, if you're looking at a stock market, then the daily open is when the opening bell goes. Rate cuts already priced in. The ETF will cause a climb on XRP. Yes. What happened to the rooster? The rooster has got blown up on a charity event. I'm joking. I don't know. The rooster decides when it wants to roost. I thought Martyn was on holiday. No, Martyn's going on holiday in October. Gold doing great. Yes, Din. Yep. Something we've been saying for a while. Especially something we said, I think it was on Wednesday on the newsletter, the breakout we're expecting. My 4 out of 10 17-ounce mug is in Perth and should be delivered soon. Craig D. Woods 3032. Please do send a picture in somewhere. Maybe post it on X, or if you're on Discord, send it there. Don't show the QR code, but the rest of it, do take a picture of it. That was yesterday, and he goes live in October. That was yesterday was a bank holiday, and then he goes on holiday in October. Yes. My 8 out of 10 picture frame should be here tomorrow, says Benjamin. Oh, I love it. You have to be a bit more careful about sending a picture of that one because it's very much on the poster. But do send in some pictures, just cover it with your hand. Good morning. Yeah, if everyone who receives the Celebrating 100,000 Lucasades merch, any of it, get some pictures, cover the QR code, send them in. It will be great to be able to show them on the show. And if governments are buying, they want it cheap. Have people forgotten the basic principle of price retesting? Just because it's 110 doesn't change the usual testing. More rooster and add some cowbell. Why is the market dumping right now? XRP only I am interested. Hi everyone. XRP pretty much down really now. Banks are trying to maximize at peace track before going back up. No, I don't think it's that. Sensei, I'm on holiday from the 11th to the 18th. 11th to the 18th. Will it come before? If we sort out today, I'm sure it will come before the 11th to the 18th, or we can put it on hold until later. I'll try and sort it out for you today. How long does it normally take for a mug to arrive after you buy it? I mean, probably 5 days for you. Let me know. ETH dropping back. Okay, let's go into the charts. Yes, SARB, same with silver. Yep, silver, gold. We've been saying it for the longest time and now it's happening. Let me go into... Martyn's going live in about 6 minutes time. No, he's going live on the hour, so we'll probably end this in about 6-7 minutes time. Let's just have another look at the... hope the QR code takes us to a video of Martyn dancing in his top hat. Yes. So, okay. Let's go into the charts. We've gone through all the comments. That was a lot of comments to go through. Sent some nice charts onto DC on Ed's channel. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Let's go into the charts. So, what do we have? Well, let's start off with gold. Gold has had quite a long accumulation pattern, rectangular accumulation pattern. It's a very bullish pattern. It's essentially accumulating and continuing. It's called a continuation pattern. This continuation pattern normally means you continue with whatever trend was beforehand, and the trend beforehand was this upwards trend. How did we know we're going to go into an upwards trend? Because we had a massive cup and handle. So ever since about $2,000, we've been very bullish on. I mean, even from like $1,700, $1,500. If you remember back in the day when we were when I wasn't having my official show, but I was calling into Martyn's shows. One of the things I was most bullish on was gold for the next few years, and that's been playing out very nicely. And it does look like it's just another continuation pattern. If you're looking at it on the shorter time frame, essentially it can come in for a retest of because it gapped upwards. You don't normally see that with gold, but it has. So you can expect it to come and test the top of this continuation pattern rectangle, so maybe $3,450, something like that, to retest it. But essentially, if this level holds, it probably will, but still nothing certain. If this level holds to $3,440, we are looking at targeting $3,684 next on gold. But the more exciting stories behind the scenes, silver is due a rally, and at some point silver will outperform gold. Is silver outperforming gold today? Yes, it is. 1.75% up is it is outperforming gold right now. But silver only has a few more resistance levels before it's moon time for silver. And it's been accumulating very nicely. It's been going through these resistance levels perfectly. It came in for the retest, which we covered last week. And we said it's having a nice retest at $37. Now it's at $40. I think it's the highest price on silver in Great British Pounds ever. If you look at pounds and silver, all-time highs on silver against the pound. Today, all-time highs, silver against the pound. It went past, it's about £30.27. That's the highest price. In 2011, it was about 30. It was just around £30. Now it's £30.30. So the highest price on silver ever in pounds. Not in dollars though. Go back to dollars. There is quite a few more levels before we reach all-time highs. Let's go into the weekly time frame. So yeah, $40 right now. The next main target's $44, and then the all-time highs are about $50. So once we get past $44, the next level's $49, and then you can potentially see about maybe a $75, $100 per ounce silver. I think that time will be coming at some point soon, because gold has been outperforming silver for so many years now. So you would expect that ratio to come back in balance, and essentially silver outperform gold when you're at the end of the bull run for gold. And maybe that's this year, maybe it's next year. But yeah, silver and gold looking very good. XRP is another chart we want to have a look at. XRP. Let's have a look on the daily time frame. Yeah, so we are in September now. What have we said about September? Well, we said August is going to be sideways. First half of September is probably going to be down. Second half of September, we can possibly see all-time highs on XRP. As I said, sort of halfway through August, I said the chances of all-time highs in September, for me, are coming down. And that is coming down for me as well now. Do I still think it will happen? Yeah, I'm still fairly open to the fact, and I think it's quite possible for XRP to hit all-time highs this month. I was more confident of that in July, beginning of August, less confident of it a few weeks ago and today, but it's still possible. I still think we will go higher. So essentially, my views haven't changed. At the end of July, I said it would come down to $3 on XRP. In the month of August, I said we'll go sideways. The SEC case will be dropped and we'll pump to $3.40. We will fade between $2.62 and $3.40, accumulate between those levels or range between those levels. That's happened. In September, I said first half will probably be down. So I am expecting $2.62 to be hit on XRP. Second half of September, midway through, or maybe from the 15th, 12th of September, I expect to be pumping on XRP, potentially to all-time highs. If not to all-time highs, maybe to $3.40. $3.40 probably, second half of September. So my overall view is the same. End of July, dump. August, sideways between $2.62, $3.40. September, first half, down, sideways. Second half, up, potentially all-time highs. October, altcoin season. November, altcoin season. December, end of the bull market. That's sort of where my head's at the moment with this crypto stuff. Again, I might be wrong. I probably will be wrong that's a very bold prediction so far. I've been right, but I can't just keep being right. I'll be wrong at some point, so please don't follow my trades. Please don't take this as what's going to happen. It's just what I think will happen. And if you look at the fundamentals behind it, when I look at the macro, I'm giving about a 60% chance for a soft landing. Something where it doesn't ruin the bull market, and then maybe a 15% chance for a hard landing where unemployment goes up, and then a 25% chance for inflation being too sticky and not lowering interest rates. So for that to happen, we need a soft landing for this bull market to continue. And that is still what I think will happen. So that's my thoughts. It's no surprise to me XRP is going down. I don't think it's because people are driving down the price so the banks could buy it. I don't think it's heavy manipulation behind the scenes. There was always going to be a bit of manipulation, but I don't think it's anything crazy like banks are buying it for lower prices behind the scenes or they're driving the price down. It's just sentiment. It's where we are in the bull market. It's what Bitcoin's doing. At the end of the day, Bitcoin is on one of its worst pullbacks since this bull market started. That double top on Bitcoin, where we identified literally on the day because we covered the all-time high, and then we said this could be a double top. It was a double top. Ever since that double top, this could be a structure that leads to a bear market. Not confident enough to say that yet, and I don't think that's the case yet, but we could look back at this in 3 or 4 months' time and say that was what caused the bear market. I still don't think that's the case. You just need to be open to that idea. This could be the beginning of a bigger correction. In previous bull markets, we have seen 50% corrections. That would take Bitcoin below about 70,000. I don't think that's going to happen, because normally when that happens in a bull market, it's very fast. This is a bit of a slower, gradual move towards the downside. We'll take it step by step. If it holds 105,000 for a retest, we're fine. And that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting for it to find support either at 105,000, 100,000, potentially 90,000 if it's going to have a deep retrace. But essentially, I think it's going to continue. So this downtrend is going to be a downtrend until we start getting a break of this trend line I've just put in place. And same for XRP, we need to have a break of the trend. Right now, the trend is towards the downside. And until we get some news or some catalyst, until this downwards trend breaks, we're going to continue in the downtrend. And it's going to be as simple as that trend line breaking on XRP, breaking on Bitcoin, breaking on Ethereum, and then we can be back into the bull market. But yes, first half of September, I'm pretty bearish on. Second half, maybe we get all-time highs. We've got Martyn's link now in the chat. This is Martyn going live any second now in 1 minute. So it's time for me to wrap up the show. So are you in the token? The final poll says 51% of you aren't, 24% of you are, 15% of you won't buy, 8% of you might buy. 755 votes. Thank you very much for voting. Before you leave, please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe. It's still holding well. Have I missed any comments? News on ETH. Martyn might have some. There are really big orders. 10 million on Solana. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just seeing if I missed any important comments. Remember, institutions will it's the party they manipulate the price. Yeah. There's always a bit of manipulation, but I don't think there's anything really sinister behind the scenes or anything massive conspiracy theories behind the scenes for XRP, like some people say on X. Okay, brilliant. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm live every single morning, 2 hours before the opening bell. Obviously, yesterday was a bank holiday, but 2 hours before the opening bell live. So catch me tomorrow. But right now we're going over to Martyn, who's going to be telling us more about his 5-day financial and body detox, and also about what he's doing with his crypto positions, because he might be buying more to sell as a tax lot. So you want to see his views on this. He's going live now. The link is up above. If you did want to get the newsletter in the meantime, here is the newsletter link where all the news is. We didn't get a chance to go through basically any of it apart from the deep dive, but there it is. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Straight over to Martyn now. I'll catch you tomorrow. This stream will take you automatically there. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye bye.